us on 225-8465 or 226-7455 or email us at kaieteurradioads@gmail.com. You can even visit our office at 24 Saffron Street, Charlestown, Georgetown. Kaieteur Radio, covering you from coast to coast.
Enjoy access to premium sports for free from March 14 to 20 on Sportsmax. Watch the final leg of Champions League round of 16. See who scores the most points to advance to the NBA playoffs. Action right at your fingertips. Plus 2 gigabytes of Sportsmax data every day to stream. S-Max 1, S-Max 2, and the NBA TV channels. Not just watching, but loving the best sporting experience. Sportsmax. Simply more sports.
This is the news on top of the hour.
Live from our studio in Georgetown.
Kaieteur Radio, 99.1 FM.
Good evening, welcome to your nightly newscast right here on Kaieteur Radio. I'm Kevin Smith. Let's go to the news in detail. The first story comes from an economist, Terence Yip, who's warning that rapid oil spending will strain Guyana's meager human capital resources and lead to disastrous results. Developed countries are attempting to use public investment in social infrastructure and physical infrastructure to drive economic development. But while the investment is necessary, it is not sufficient because other factors affect final outcomes. This is another way of saying that if it is true underdevelopment is just a technical problem, then merely filling the gaps will solve the problem and all will live happy. Absorptive incapacity, broadly speaking, includes all the things that cause public investment to fail. Supply bottlenecks, bad governance or planning, bad institutions, bad politics, ethnic divisions, misguided policies, skill shortage, bad management, etc. In the last half a century, we have learned that rapid scaling up of public investment has tended to be counterproductive. The odds may seem discouraging to Guyana that has the means and the determination to develop, but it faces a severe handicap due to its limited absorptive capacity. Meanwhile, based on the provisions outlined in the Stabroek Block Production Sharing Agreement, which was signed between the government and ExxonMobil, the oil giant is not only able to recover all monies spent to clean up any environmental mishap that may occur during its work, but it will also have all of its litigation costs met by Guyanese. This is irrespective of whether the country could prove that Exxon caused the mishap or not. There are currently 3 ongoing court cases in which Exxon is a part of, since it relates directly to its operations here. In other news, members of civil society are demanding a full debate in the National Assembly on opposition member David Patterson's motion, which calls for full coverage insurance for oil spills and other disasters related to petroleum production from Esso. It was recently revealed that the Speaker of the House, Manzoor Nadir, weakened the MP's motion by removing 13 of the 20 clauses in Patterson's motion, while 2 of the whereas clauses were also amended. In his defense, the Speaker said that the clauses in the motion must be based on facts and were therefore disallowed. To this end, environmental and human rights activist Ms. Janet Balkan, attorney at law Christopher Ram, chartered accountant Ramon Gaskin, and Transparency International Guyana are calling for a full debate of the motion, since they believe that the floor of the National Assembly is where the facts ought to be determined. And now let's tell you, the Guyana Association of Trawler Owners and Seafood Processors is slated to meet to discuss the compensation avenue that has been highlighted by ExxonMobil for fishermen who have been negatively impacted by the company's oil operations offshore Guyana. This is according to the president of the group, Ruben Charles, who said that the association is also making moves to discuss and develop possible guidelines that could assist fishermen in seeking the necessary compensation. ExxonMobil had stated days ago that it was committed to compensating fishermen and other persons if they can prove losses suffered as a result of the company's operations. The company had said too that affected parties would need to make a complaint to the company for it to be investigated before requisite compensation is made. And now let's tell you, COVID-19 restrictions had over the past 2 years hampered Pagwa celebrations, which signify the triumph of good over evil. But this year, which saw some of the restrictive measures on social activities lifted, allowed for citizens across the country from all walks of life to unite and celebrate the Festival of Colors in pomp and splendor. According to one citizen, Naresh Omadat of Ben Street, Georgetown, who was amidst a colorful celebration in the streets of Charlestown with his fellow Guyanese, happily said this year's activities were welcomed and was a welcome stress reliever. Read more of this story in today's Kaieteur News. And with that, we've come to the end of this evening's newscast. I'm Kevin Smith. Thank you for listening. Do have a wonderful and safe weekend.
Want value for your advertising dollar? Then place your ads on Kaieteur Radio's newscasts. Streamed live on 6 different mediums, reaching hundreds of thousands. Advertise today and watch your dollar grow. Call us on 225-8465 or 226-8210 today.